Save money and get peace of mind with secure file backups from ABC Tech. Lost or deleted files happen all the time, and it can be devastating to your business. ABC Tech backs up all your data from all your computers and stores it in the cloud securely. If you ever lose your data for any reason, we can restore all your files easily from backup. Right now, you can get 2 months of our cloud backup services free. There's no need for us to even come on site. We can set you up remotely and protect your files quickly and easily. Contact us today for more details and to get your first 2 months free. Call 740-432-5605 or visit abctechnicalservices.com. Save money and get peace of mind with secure file backups from ABC Tech. Lost or deleted files happen all the time, and it can be devastating to your business. ABC Tech backs up all your data from all your computers and stores it in the cloud securely. If you ever lose your data for any reason, we can restore all your files easily from backup. Right now, you can get 2 months of our cloud backup services free. There's no need for us to even come on site. We can set you up remotely and protect your files quickly and easily. Contact us today for more details and to get your first 2 months free. Call 740-432-5605 or visit abctechnicalservices.com.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
In today's marketplace, you have many choices for insurance. WB Green Insurance, a representative of Westfield Insurance, is committed to providing you with excellent coverage for your home and auto at a fair and competitive price. Westfield has been in the neighborhood for over 150 years, providing peace of mind and quality insurance products through independent insurance professionals. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield's pledge to their customers. Call WB Green Insurance today.
The Battery Depot is a local battery and multi-purpose shop in Cambridge. They carry a wide selection of batteries, such as interstate, automotive, industrial, marine, and gas and electric golf cart batteries. At Battery Depot, battery testing and most battery installations are free. They carry rechargeable, household, and everyday batteries and can even rebuild power tools and battery packs. They're conveniently located on Campbell Avenue in Cambridge, or give them a call at 740-432-2000. Cambridge Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of the Getaway Giveaway. Visit Cambridge Auto Sales for reliable vehicles for unbeatable prices. You'll find great selection, top-notch service, and amazing deals at your local Buy Here, Pay Here dealer. Come check out their selection of pre-owned vehicles today. For more information, give them a call, 740-255-5344, or visit their website at cambridge-autosales.com. Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye. Custom Vehicles of Zanesville is the local spot for all car, truck, marine, and RV accessories. From remote starts, heated seats, stereo equipment, lift kits, WeatherTech products, tonneau covers, toolboxes, strobe lights, Rhino lightings, Z-Bart rust proofing, and undercoating. If it can be found online, they can get it. Stop by their showroom today and see how they can use their expertise to enhance your vehicle. Your local real truck preferred dealer. Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, 3619 Old Falls Road, CustomVehiclesZAN.com.
I can't believe the house is ours.
Finally, freedom.
Today's the day, my own business.
These are the moments you'll remember forever, when a bank becomes more than a checking account or loan. At People's Bank, our core difference is providing you peace of mind and confidence in your financial life. By asking the right questions and working with you, we earn your business. Together, we're building financial success one special moment at a time. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
ABC Sports presents high school basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Doan Ford, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, Shriver's Pharmacy, People's Bank, The Battery Depot, and Cambridge Auto Sales.
Good evening, everyone. We are live here at John Glenn High School for tonight's sectional final game between the Riverview Black Bears with a record of 7-15 and the John Glenn Muskies with a record of 15-8. This will be the third meeting between these teams this season. On January 9th, John Glenn defeated Riverview here in New Concord 62-43. Then on February 13th, John Glenn defeated Riverview in Warsaw 46-38. My name is Mike Snively, and I am joined by Howard Twiggs. We are live stream only tonight on the YRP TV channel. Well, Howard, part 3 tonight for the Black Bears and Muskies. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's often said you can't beat a team 3 times in a season, and sometimes that holds true, Mike. But in the case tonight, John Glenn being at home has a very distinct advantage. You mentioned, too, the 62-43 victory here. That was an easy game. At Riverview, the Black Bears played pretty tight. So I'm thinking John Glenn tonight, probably very comfortable, probably very confident. One of the things that I think should be noted also, Mike, is Caleb Larrick in both games was the leading scorer,
yes,
both ends. And I think John Glenn's probably going to go inside tonight, post him up maybe a little bit, see what they get. If they can get some inside-outside with Dolan and Bates, could be a great night for the Muskies.
Well, that's exactly what they did against Philo. They went inside to Larrick early and often. He was our player of the game in that game. He ended up with a double-double. And I think in both of these games against Riverview recently, he had double-doubles in both of those. So the senior's playing really well. He's a legit 6'6", and he's got a great wingspan, and he had about 5 block shots against Philo, who was a 33, who they beat by 33 points. Now, Riverview, they haven't played in 11 days, and do you think, Howard, possibly that could keep the Bears out of sync a little bit?
It's hard, and you've been around long enough to know it's hard sometimes with a layoff. Different coaches have different mindsets when the tournament draw comes. Do you want to play right away? Do you want to take a bye? Do you want to involve in the pigtail game? Not sure what Riverview's thinking, but 11 days off, it can sometimes, especially when you go on the road, be a factor. But, I want to come back to Larrick for just a second.
Sure.
When you mentioned the 2 big games. In the 19-point win here, 17 points. In the nail-biter, 46-38 at Riverview, he had 22. So if it comes down to a low-scoring game, we'll go back to Larrick. I just wanted to mention that.
That's a good point, Howard. I do want to mention in game 1 earlier this year in New Concord here, where John Glenn won decisively at the end, Riverview led that game at the end of the first quarter 20-10 and then went on to outscore the Bears by 29 points in the final 3 quarters. Riverview's a team that's going to play very hard, and they can shoot the 3 ball. But if you let them get comfortable, which is exactly what Eric Scheck doesn't want to happen, they can shoot it as good as anybody.
They are 3 and 8 away from home offensively for the Bears. 45.8 points per game. They surrender 60.3, whereas John Glenn offensively is at 55 a game, and they give up 48. So when you look at the comparisons, the numbers, if it gets into a game of the 60s,
yes,
John Glenn's going to roll.
Yes, and John Glenn, notorious this year for just getting in your face, trapping all over the court, and Riverview has been prone to turn it over just a few times.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Well, no, go ahead, because I was going to get into something else.
Yeah, I wanted to mention, too, that the John Glenn offense is not just one guy. Steele Bates at 11.3. I know you'll get into the starting lineups in a minute or so. Caleb Larrick at 11 and C.J. Dolan at 9.5. Those are 3 guys all in the same 30 points a game between the 3 of them, all in the same boat. And that really bodes well for John Glenn, because it tells you that if one guy's not hitting, another guy's going to.
Yes, and that's a good point, too. That this John Glenn team hasn't relied on the three-pointer like it has in years past. They rely on turnovers and getting the ball down the court and making layups. We were talking in pregame, before the game actually, Howard, about tonight's possibilities in the East District Division II. What could happen? Well, the winner of this game tonight, Riverview John Glenn, will take on the winner of East Liverpool, the 4 seed, against Zanesville, the 13 seed. Zanesville has to make the 2-hour trip to East Liverpool tonight and try to pull the upset off of the Riverview Bears. Now, we were talking possible location of where could this district semifinal be. We're just going to let some games be played tonight. So two games have to be played before we even talk about where that game will be played. We do know when that game will be played. It will be on Wednesday at 7 p.m., obviously at a location to be named tomorrow. The East District Board will collaborate. They will talk about what's the most neutral site. And we also have to factor in some schools just do not put in to host a tournament. Some do all the time, some don't. So we may think it could be like a Dover or a New Philly. I mean, there's a possibility they're not going to do it.
Well, the other thing too, Mike, is that a lot of times what the OHSAA does is try to make it balanced for both schools with the same approximate travel time.
Yes.
So that's why they can't say in advance
right.
into the districts, okay, you're going to play there. So we get that.
That's right. So it looks like they're going to introduce every player on Riverview's team and every player on John Glenn's team. And also we are going to have Chloe Huball up tonight to sing the national anthem. And Howard and I will be back. We're going to tip this thing off, sectional final. John Glenn versus Riverview. You're listening to high school basketball. You're watching high school basketball on YRP TV.
High School Athletic Association, John Glenn High School welcomes you to this interscholastic contest between Riverview High School and John Glenn High School. To honor America, please stand and join in the singing of our national anthem by freshman Chloe Huball.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Tonight's tournament game is sponsored by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Your attendance and support of the student athletes and coaches is appreciated by member schools competing for the right to move on. Though both teams are rivals, they are expected to exhibit the qualities of good sportsmanship throughout the contest, and the administration of both schools requests the same from all the fans.
National anthem by freshman Chloe Huball. I want to thank our sponsors tonight here. Without our sponsors, this game broadcast would not be possible. I want to thank Doane Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, Shriver's Pharmacy, Cambridge Auto Sales, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, People's Bank, and the Battery Depot. So let's look into some starting lineups tonight. First, for the Riverview Black Bears, who come in tonight at 7:15, coached by Dale Jennings in his first year. They will start a 6-foot junior, Laird Williamson. He's averaging 9.2 points. Parker Andrews averaging 6 points on the year. He's a 6'1 sophomore. 5'10 junior, Hayden Walters, averaging 10.5 points and 42 three-pointers on the year. 6'5 sophomore, good-looking post player, averaging 9.7 points, Leighton Massey. And rounding out the starting lineups is a 5'10 junior, averaging 6.2 points per game, Cale Summers. He has 24 bonus bombs on the year. Now for the John Glenn Muskies, coached by Eric Scheck, the Muskingum University alumnus. Brings his team in. They are the 4 seed in the East District. They scored a record of 15-8 on the season. They have one tournament victory already this year, 64-31 victory over Philo. They will start their normal 5. The big man, 6'6 senior Caleb Larrick, averaging 11 points per game this year. Leads the team in rebounding, block shots, and has changed the trajectory of many, many shots with that being the back man in the John Glenn press. Number 2, 6-foot sophomore, C.J. Dolan. He averages 9.3. He has 38 threes on the year. Noah Windland, a 6'1 senior, averaging 3.8 points per game. He has 13 threes on the year. Will Nikolazakis, the defensive specialist, he starts. He's 5'7". He's a junior. He's averaging 3.7. He has 8 threes on the year. And rounding out the starting lineup, the leading scorer for the Muskies, sophomore 6-footer Steele Bates. He's averaging 11.3 on the year, shoots 75% from the line, and has made 21 three-point shots. You ready, Howard?
Yeah, let's get moving. The officials have been announced. It is a veteran crew. Buddy Spraggins has been around a long time. Ron Frame, same, long time. And Bruce Walters. So Eastern District assigned the officials. So this is a crew that, if I read them correctly based on what I've seen, and I've actually seen them this year, but seen from the past, they'll let you play. I think it could be more of a physical game, which, again, Riverview being the underdog, that could help them bang around a little bit and try to get maybe some stuff inside. So we'll find out. Riverview in the traveling black with gold and white involved with the numbers and trim, and your Muskies in the home white with the numerals of maroon.
Last game on Tuesday night, Philo against John Glenn, the officials cleaned up the hand checks right off the bat, and both teams got accustomed to it after the first quarter, and we had a well-played game from there on out. Here we go, sectional final underway. Larrick tips it out to Nikolazakis. Nikolazakis being guarded by Cale Summers. He brings it across the court.
Man-to-man by Riverview.
Nikolazakis, and they got a double dribble on Nikolazakis, and that's going to be a turnover for the Muskies on their first possession.
Yeah, they tried to go bounce pass inside of the low block on Larrick and saw it just a second too late.
So inbounds to Williamson, who's trapped by 2 Muskies. And now we got a turnover by Riverview, steal there by C.J. Dolan, who gets it across half court. Noah Windland with a wide open 3. He's short. Rebounded by Hayden Walters for the Riverview Black Bears, who loses it. Tipped from behind from Dolan over to Steele Bates. Steele Bates comes on a 2-on-3 situation, decides to pull it back out and set up the offense. Dolan over to Windland on the right wing in front of the John Glenn student section. Over to Steele Bates. Little weave out front with Nico. Back out to Dolan, over to Bates, into Larrick. Larrick goes up strong, he's double teamed, but a very nice pass to Noah Windland, and Noah Windland starts off the scoring for the Muskies. 2-0 John Glenn.
Yeah, Larrick did a nice job of posting up and then using that up and under move and then seeing the cutting offensive guy. So a nice job by Larrick of assisting. He's actually averaging a couple 3 assists per game.
He's probably the best passing big man in the NBL. True center. Here come the Bears. That's going to be tipped and then kicked by Laird Williamson. Another turnover for the Bears. I believe that's 3 quick turnovers for the Bears.
No shots, 3 TOs.
not the way you want to start it if you're Coach Jennings. Bates running the point right now, gets it across, 2-0 early here. John Glenn leads Riverview. Bates goes hard, goes up, shot no good, rebound by Andrews. Andrews gets it across the court, dribbles down to the left wing, is trapped, kicks it over to Massey. Massey hits Summers back door. Massey, nice pass to Cale Summers. Cale Summers, first 2 points. He had 3 threes in the first quarter in the first matchup here. 2-2, tie ball game here at the Fish Tank. Nikolazakis with the floater from just inside the free throw line gets the kind roll. Nikolazakis with his first 2 on the night. 4-2, Muskies lead the Bears. Back come the Bears. Run and jump trap here by John Glenn. And that's going to be a foul on Nikolazakis.
Well, that's a hand check out front. And you talked earlier in the pregame there, Mike, that it could be a situation where the officials are a little tight. And that one was a good example right there. So not letting them bang around early.
Just a little bit too much body there by Nikolazakis. Out of bounds. Here come the Bears. And that's a nice move by Parker Andrews on the left baseline.
That's not going to make Coach Sheck very happy, giving up baseline and no help coming over the lane.
Tie ball game here. In the Larrick, who's pushed out a little bit, triple teamed right now. He's going to lose control, but Nikolazakis bails him out, who tips it from behind, and that's almost a great hustle play there by Cale Summers. C.J. Dolan was trying to let it roll out of bounds, so he didn't have to get too close to the line, but Cale Summers almost made a fantastic hustle play for the Bears. Nonetheless, out of bounds to the maroon and white.
They're going to put Larrick now at the high post, the double high stack.
Larrick catches it. Free throw extended. Over to Steele Bates. Riverview playing very strong man-to-man defense. Over to Winland. Winland's going to lose it. And what a play by Caleb Larrick. And Caleb Larrick's going to get the basket and the foul. He's going to have a chance for a three-point play.
Well, he's active, and he's down on the block. By the way, John Glenn's going to sub 3 guys in. He's active on the block. He's the biggest body out there. And nice job by Larrick of recognizing what was going on.
Larrick, a 61% free throw shooter on the year. Nelson Cameron, Braden Davis, and Cooper Briggs all check in for the Muskies. Larrick, the right-hander, shot up short. Rebound to Steele Bates. Steele Bates loses it then. Cale Summers comes out of the pile with the rebound. Summers gets it across half court. Muskies lead 6-4 here, 4:51 left in the first quarter. Over to Williamson. Williamson goes hard to the hole, and he's going to have an easy layup, and it goes out. It rims out. Larrick with the rebound. Here comes John Glenn, going from right to left. I was going to say on your radio dial, but we're not on radio tonight. We are YRP TV only, live stream. Bates between the legs, takes it out around half court. Summers challenges him. He will be now switched off. Over to Braden Davis, to Cooper Briggs. Cooper Briggs, who can knock down threes at a very high percentage, knocks it down. Three-point ball there for the Muskies. And that's his first 3 on the night. 9-4, John Glenn leads. More trapping, more pressure, and that ball's going to go off of Laird Williamson. Good defense player by Cooper Briggs and Steele Bates, 2 sophomores getting after. And Riverview coach Jennings wants to take a timeout, and he's going to make it a 30-second timeout. We'll leave it here.
What he's going to do, Mike, he's going to set up their press offense. But they can't afford to get trapped right along each sideline. If you look at John Glenn throughout all of this season, every time you cross the timeline and dribble to the side, they will come and double you.
They're waiting on you.
Yeah, I think he's saying right now, listen, guys, we've got to get the ball centered more.
Yeah, I agree.
We can't stand on the sidelines because they're going to double us immediately. That's probably the timeout.
Philo did a nice job of keeping it in the center and breaking the press and having a lot of 2-on-1 situations. They just had some struggles finishing and taking care of the basketball. So that's 5 turnovers already on Riverview, and we're just halfway through this first quarter. Here come the Muskies. Pass in to Nelson Cameron, who finds Caleb Larrick. Larrick's going to be fouled. Let's see who the officials get here for Riverview. I believe they got Hayden Walters, his first foul on the night.
Yeah, he's just got the one foul, but they can't afford to get him in trouble. He is their leading scorer at 10.5 points a game.
So Larrick back to the line. He's 0 for 1 tonight, misses this one long. So he missed the first one short, and this one was long. Third one could be a charm here for the 6'6 senior. Larrick spins the ball, shoots, up, and good. 10-4, John Glenn over Riverview. Sectional final here in New Concord. Winner gets the winner of Zanesville and East Liverpool. Bears on the attack again. They get it across.
They didn't
trapped
do it,
again, and another turnover this time. The steal by Larrick.
They didn't listen to the coach, did they?
They absolutely did not. So Bates gets it over on the right wing, over on the tank emblem. Kicks over to Briggs. Briggs goes hard at the hole, gets it over to Larrick. Larrick fumbles it, but it ends up in Braden Davis's hands. Steele Bates has a good look. That's going to be long. Rebound. Braden Davis, hustle rebound, kicks it out, and it's going to be intercepted by Brody Johnson, who's entered the game. Down to, and that's Laird Williamson. He's going to get fouled and the basket. So Laird Williamson.
Throughout this first quarter with 3:07 to go, Riverview, when they've broken the pressure, they've done a really nice job of attacking the glass and going by their defender. They've done a very good job of penetration.
They run the court well, and they play hard defensively.
If they could just settle down on their press offense, I think they could stick around. They're doing okay as we speak.
Laird Williamson finishes the three-point plays, a 57% free throw shooter, cuts the lead to 3. C.J. Dolan in the Braden Davis. Davis on the back door. A lot of interior passing going there. I thought the ball may have went off the Riverview hands, and they're going to say it went off of number 0, Caleb Larrick.
Well, it's okay to be generous, but when you get that deep in the painted area, shoot the ball.
Shoot the ball. A lot of, like I said, there's probably 2 or 3 3-foot passes right there.
There you go on the press offense.
Riverview gets it across, but now Briggs and Bates, the sophomores, another good trap here. And Coach Dale Jennings is going to want a timeout, and that's going to be his second timeout. And that's exactly where he called his last timeout from. So let's see if
they had the press offense going, but John Glenn did a very nice job of taking away the reversal in the middle of the court, and they didn't have an outlet guy. So the dribbler actually got stuck with John Glenn's run and jump defense. What I think Riverview's probably going to have to do is they're probably going to have to go right to left rather than their strong side of left to right, because John Glenn is nailing them every time. I'm thinking maybe Riverview, if this might be a halftime adjustment, but they're going to have to go to the other side of the court where I don't think the pressure would be as great.
Well, let's see what Coach Jennings comes up with these Bears. 2:46 in the first quarter, 10-7, John Glenn leads. Cooper Briggs picks up Brody Johnson.
There you go, that's better.
Laird Williamson does bring it up the left side. Now the Bears set up in their offense. And nice hands there by Braden Davis, who throws a hard, long outlet. Great hustle play here by the Muskies. And it's going to end up a jump ball, and that's just fantastic effort by both teams, especially John Glenn saving the ball. Braden Davis throws it to, I believe it was Dolan who saved it first, and then who kicked it, and Cooper Briggs saved it the second time. But it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be Riverview basketball. The Bears trail 10-7 here in New Concord. Summers inbounds it to Andrews. Andrews easily breaks the pressure. Now he's going to kick it back over to Johnson. Johnson over to Walters. Walters back to Andrews. Andrews being guarded by Nikolazakis, and that may have been a charge.
Yeah.
Easy call there on Parker Andrews, who dipped his shoulder and put his shoulder into the chin of Will Nikolazakis.
This game, 2:11 to go, first game, shaping up maybe how they played it the first time around at Riverview. Very low scoring, 46-38.
That is true. Riverview led most of that game until the fourth quarter, and then John Glenn pulled away midway through the fourth quarter against the Muskies, against the Bears, I should say. Up-tempo pressure here provided by the Bears. Nikolazakis at the top of the key. Kicks it to Winland. Winland to Dolan. Dolan takes a 25-footer, no good. Might get a roll here, no, but an outstanding rebound by Larrick. Larrick goes up, that's his 5th point on the night, and the John Glenn Muskies lead by 5. So 12-7 here with 1:33 left. Mike Snively and Howard Twiggs. Here comes Nikolazakis on a trap, and they get the ball over to Andrews. Andrews goes around, no good, and that's going to be out on Andrews. John Glenn basketball. Checking in Leighton Massey and Andrew Glob sees his first action on the night. Glob has been getting a lot of minutes in the second half of the year. Tenacious defender. Glob was running wide open. Winland was trapped, but they're going to get him for a walk along the sideline in front of the student section. So Riverview basketball. Inbounds to Cale Summers. Summers uses left hand, gets it across, goes straight through the middle. 3-point shot up, no good. Air ball by Walters, rebound by Dolan. Dolan straight down the court. 3-on-2, that's a pretty good break, but a block by Leighton Massey on Winland. Here come the Bears. Cale Summers on the left wing, he gets a pretty good look. Shot, no good. Short, rebound by Dolan. Dolan picked up right away by Summers. Dolan gets it across the timeline and tries to throw it into Caleb Larrick on a risky pass. Larrick comes up with it. Over to Dolan. Dolan gets his feet set, shoots it, 3, no good. Rebound by Laird Williamson. All of a sudden, everybody's going cold here tonight. Straight to the hole, no good. We're on Riverview. Rebounded by Larrick, and Coach Scheck wants to call timeout with 13.3 seconds. That's an interesting timeout. Now, what this does guarantee, Riverview or John Glenn will get the last shot and get the ball to start the second quarter. It's just a 30-second timeout. Right. I believe we will leave it here.
Yeah, you make it, the comment, interesting timeout. I agree. The only thing we can think of is, okay, we've practiced this situation many times during the season. Short clock, end of a quarter, end of a half, end of a game. Let's go ahead and run that right now. Yeah. So I think that's probably what they're doing. But, coming back to Riverview, they have continued to take the ball to the basket. They just haven't made their layups.
They have not.
John Glenn's going to have to tighten up some of their help defense. They're really getting beat off the dribble, probably more than Coach Scheck wants.
So kind of a big possession here. 13.3, end of the first quarter. Inbound to Bates. 10 seconds. Bates crosses the timeline. 7 seconds. Over to Briggs. Out to Bates. 4 seconds. Bates has to go. Kicks it out to C.J. Dolan. No good. 3-point shot attempt. No good. And that's going to end the quarter here at John Glenn. So at the end of the first quarter, John Glenn leads Riverview in the sectional final 12-7. You are watching high school basketball on YRP TV.
I'm not buying till I check on vote.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at doanford.com.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
Back to John Glenn, Mike Snively and Howard Twiggs. Sectional final here at the Fish Tank. John Glenn taking on the Riverview Black Bears. John Glenn with a 5-point lead here to start the second quarter. Riverview comes out in a zone, something we haven't seen from either team tonight. Braden Davis kicks it over to Cooper Briggs. Cooper Briggs has a pretty good look at it. Bang! Cooper Briggs with his second 3 on the night. He's got 6. All of a sudden, it's an 8-point lead for the Muskies. John Glenn patented trapping high-tempo defense. Riverview Bears get it across. Kick it over to Laird Williamson, who kicks it to Summers. Summers being guarded by Braden Davis, the sophomore. Davis switches off, and now he has Laird Williamson. Williamson goes the hole, kicks it out to Cale Summers. He's got a good look. Shot up, no good. Short. Rebound. The big paws of Caleb Larrick. Here come the Muskies on the attack. Bates gets pretty close inside, over to Cooper Briggs, who's on absolute fire. Cooper Briggs, 9 points, 3 threes. So far, 18-7. All of a sudden, the lead is ballooned to 18-7, 11-point lead for the Muskies. Riverview, bad shot there off of 1 foot there taken by Williamson, and the ball's going to go out of bounds to John Glenn. Checking in Nelson Cameron for the Muskies.
Right now, the depth factor for John Glenn and the shooting of the basketball. Riverview just 3 of 10 from the field.
And Cooper Briggs providing a huge, huge spark, knocking down 3 threes in this game. Right now, he has 9 points, and it's an 11-point difference. Nelson Cameron over to Bates, into Larrick, over to Cameron. His shot is good. So Nelson Cameron gets himself in the triple category. That's a 4th three-pointer. It's all of a sudden 21-7 John Glenn. Up to Leighton Massey. Massey's going to be fouled pretty hard by Caleb Larrick. Good, hard, clean foul there by Larrick. That's going to be his first on the night. Larrick, for the most part, the last few games has stayed out of foul trouble. But he was not going to give Massey the easy layup there. In that case, Leighton Massey, a pretty good dunker for the 6'5 sophomore. So Massey's going to the line. His shot up is good. His first 2 free throws on the night. Second shot up. Good form there from the sophomore Leighton Massey. His first 2 points of the game. 21. That's a 9.
Yes,
9.
9.
I'm sitting at an angle similar to where I was last game, where there's a screen. I can't really see the score on the right side. Who cares, though? We'll get it to you. And Davis throws an errant pass out, but rescued there by Steele Bates. Bates penetrates, does a little Euro step, no good. Rebound by Massey. Here comes the Bears. Cale Summers kicks it over in the corner to Laird Williamson, who kicks it out to Parker Andrews. Parker Andrews goes hard, blocked by Larrick. 3-point shot, good. Laird Williamson hits the first 3 of the night for Riverview. 21-12.
Nice job going inside, outside. If they make shots, they could be a big ticket here.
So that 14-point lead now cut to 9 after a 2 free throws by Massey and a 3 by Laird Williamson. Braden Davis attempts a 3. And they're going to say it's a 2. His foot was on the line. Braden Davis knocks down the 2. That's his first 2. 4:42 left here. John Glenn up by 11 in the second. Kicked out to Laird Williamson, no good. Leighton Massey, but they're going to get a push on, I believe, Steele Bates.
Riverview doing a much better job of running their offense against the press in the second quarter.
Much
Again,
better.
going left side. Staying away from the strength of John Glenn's pressure defense. And they're getting good looks. They just haven't hit shots.
Just haven't made shots. So that's going to be Steele Bates' second foul. That could be a story. 4:33 left here in the second quarter. 23-12, John Glenn leads the Black Bears. Nicholas Aukus guarding Walters into Leighton Massey, who tries to go up against Larrick, decides better, kicks it out to Johnson. Walters over to Andrews. Leighton Massey out on the perimeter, goes hard, goes up strong, decides to kick it back out again. Massey posting up, 6'5" against Lyric. Massey goes up, no good. Can't grab the rebound. I think that's going to go John Glenn ball. John Glenn basketball. I thought possibly that went off of the hand of a white jersey, but they're going to give the ball to John Glenn. Halfway through the second quarter, 11-point lead here for John Glenn.
They gotten back to their man, have the Black Bears.
Yeah, it didn't last long when you're hitting threes, Howard. You almost got to step out and guard people. Nikolazakis over to Winland, to C.J. Dolan, wide open three, no good. Great rebound by Cooper Briggs. He's been a man tonight. And Larry can't handle the entry pass. That's a turnover. Here comes Walters. Walters goes up, no good. Rebound by Larrick. Larrick says, get off me, young men. Hands it to Dolan. Dolan, nice job running the break. Spinner, no good. Rebound by Williamson. Here come the Bears. Williamson to the hole, kicks it out to Walters. A three-point shot, good. Hayden Walters hits his first points of the night. He hits a three. That makes it 23-15. John Glenn leads. So we will take it here. You are listening and watching, you are watching high school basketball on YRP TV.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. And on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Back at John Glenn. John Glenn has a possession where they get 2 offensive rebounds. Now there's going to be a foul on the Riverview Black Bears. They're going to get number 5, Hayden Walters, with his second. Another good hustle play there by the sophomore Cooper Briggs, who's been the man of the hour for the Muskies.
I think maybe coming out of that timeout, I think maybe Coach Sheck is saying, hey, let's get the ball into Larrick one time.
And that's exactly what they do off the inbounds play. But Larrick is double teamed, goes up strong, and that's just a strong play there by Caleb Larrick. He's got 7 points on the night, 25-15, 10-point lead Muskies. Here comes the trap from Briggs. 2 sophomores. Seems like all the sophomores are doing all the trapping tonight. This time they do get a reversal out to Massey. Massey's those passes intercepted by Will Nikolazakis. Nikolazakis spin, dribbles out to Larrick at the top of the key. The crowd wanted him to shoot a 3. Larrick has 0 threes on the year. Thinks better of it, does not. Kicks it over to Briggs. Briggs goes for his 4th 3 on the night. Bang! Cooper Briggs, his 3rd 3 of the quarter, 4th of the night. 28-15, 13-point lead here for the Muskies.
Somebody's got to run out and guard him because he's wide open in the corner.
And he shoots at a very high percentage in the high 40s. One of the best in the NBL shooting percentage. Minute 51 here and counting here. Steel Bates tips it, almost tips it off of Summers. Summers kicks it over to, and that's a nice pass from Summers, who finds Parker Andrews for the layup. 2 points for the Bears, 28-17. John Glenn leads. Nikolazakis takes it in the lane, kicks it out to Briggs. Briggs again, no good. No good. Had the crowd out of breath on that one. Holding her breath because you think, is he really going to hit another one?
Well, that time Riverview did a nice job of running at the shooter. They recognize that the guy's deadly in the corner. Get out there and try to get a hand in his face.
Yeah, his feet's been set most of the night. So 28-17, inbounds to Larrick. Larrick squeezes the inbounds at the elbow, hands it to C.J. Dolan. Dolan goes around, nice pass to Braden Davis. Bang! Braden Davis with his 4th point on the night, 30-17 Muskies. Coming up on a minute here before half. And there's another turnover. Tipped by Dolan, steal by Briggs. Briggs gets it across, hands it to Dolan. Dolan kicks it out to Briggs. Briggs down to Davis. Over to Nick Lazakis. And Nick Lazakis says, nah, we're going to bring it back out, set it up. 50 seconds before half. Inside the Lyric. Lyric has a little room to operate. Double teamed, and the ball's tipped out of bounds by the Bears. And you want to talk about collapsing.
Yes.
That entire defense collapses.
Well,
you almost have to.
Well, the scouting report, number one. Number two is both games they played, Lyric has been the guy.
He has been the guy. Nick Lazakis gets the inbounds, hands it to Braden Davis. Cooper Briggs, the hot hand. Penetrates, kicks it to Davis. Davis goes up hard, no good, but he's going to be fouled. So I believe they're going to get number 3. Is that Parker Andrews? Yeah, they're going to get Parker Andrews. That's, 30. Leighton Massey. That's his first, and that's going to send Braden Davis, who's a 76% shooter, to the line for 2.
Neither team in any kind of foul trouble.
Davis's first shot up, NBN. Nothing but nylon. Mass substitutions here by the Muskies, trying to continue to wear down this Black Bear team. Davis' second shot, 3 dribbles up, good. 6 points on the night, all six in the quarter for Braden Davis, who his Muskies lead 32-17. Leighton Massey gets it across the timeline, over to Parker Andrews. Andrews goes baseline, kicks it to Summers. Summers out to Walters. Walters steps back, misses a 3, rebound by Nelson Cameron. And then there's going to be a turnover there by Winland. It's going to be a 3-on-2 situation. Hayden Walters stepped back on a 3, no good. And we're going to have a foul here. Now we're going to have a travel right before the end of the half. 0.2 seconds left. So realistically, the only thing you can do is tip it in now. It has to, at 0.3 and under, you have to tip it. Or I'm sorry, at 0.3, you can get a shot, but it's got to be a quick shot. With 0.2, you can only tip it. So they're going to bring Lyric in to be the long arm of the law and try to tip this pass, make it the pass harder for Cale Summers. And the ball is inbound, and it cannot, not even a shot attempt there by number 5, Hayden Walters. So that's going to take us to half. So at halftime here at the Fish Tank in New Concord, John Glenn leads Riverview in a sectional final 32-17. We're going to do some statistics here. We're going to take a little bit of a break. You are watching high school basketball on YRP TV.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
The Battery Depot is a local battery and multi-purpose shop in Cambridge. They carry a wide selection of batteries, such as interstate, automotive, industrial, marine, and gas and electric golf cart batteries. At Battery Depot, battery testing and most battery installations are free. They carry rechargeable, household, and everyday batteries and can even rebuild power tools and battery packs. They're conveniently located on Campbell Avenue in Cambridge, or give them a call at 740-432-2000. Cambridge Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of the Getaway Giveaway. Visit Cambridge Auto Sales for reliable vehicles for unbeatable prices. You'll find great selection, top-notch service, and amazing deals at your local Buy Here, Pay Here dealer. Come check out their selection of pre-owned vehicles today. For more information, give them a call, 740-255-5344, or visit their website at cambridge-autosales.com.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine. Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest in mind? Do they really know you and what coverages you need? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. We take time to learn about you and your insurance needs so you can feel comfortable that you're receiving the right coverages at the best possible prices. Find us on Facebook, stop by our office, or give us a call at 994-1776. Valentine Insurance, a partner you can depend on.
From the Ohio.
Do you really think that an insurance company who promises quotes in a few minutes has your best interest?
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops. Now here's your host, Eric Reeser.
On Thursday, February 15th, the Ohio High School Athletic Association announced that its board of directors had unanimously approved the expansion of tournament divisions for 7 of its OHSAA-sanctioned sports, including boys and girls basketball, as well as boys and girls soccer, girls volleyball, baseball, and softball. All but soccer will expand to 7 divisions, while boys and girls soccer will have 5 divisions. These approved changes will take place during the 2024-2025 academic year and are the result of months of planning and discussion by the OHSAA with school and athletic administrators all over the state. Tim Streed's the media relations director for the OHSAA, and I'll speak with him on division expansion and how the board of directors reached a unanimous decision. That's next. This is the Ohio News Network.
In Ohio, public education matters, and every day, Ohio's public school educators use their united voice to advocate for the supports and resources our public schools need so every child thrives. No exceptions. I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott DeMauro, and on behalf of our 120,000 members, OEA is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Because great public schools are a winning playbook for Ohio, and Ohio is stronger when we stand together to cheer for our students' success.
I don't know what I want to do. I'm just not sure that college is right for me.
Have you considered a career in dental assisting? I love my job as a dental assistant. I have flexible work hours, the money is good, and I get to work in a professional, people-oriented dental office. What I really love about my job is knowing that I give people a healthy smile.
For more information about becoming a dental assistant, contact your high school guidance counselor. Or if you are no longer in school, talk to a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
This is ONN.
I'm Eric Reeser. Tim Streed is my guest. He's the media relations director for the Ohio High School Athletic Association. And starting in the 2024-2025 academic year, 7 sports, including boys and girls basketball, will expand from 4 to 7 tournament divisions. The OHSAA will use a scale that determines the number of divisions per sport. For example, if there are 700 or more schools in the state fielding a high school girls basketball team, then there will be 7 tournament divisions. The Cleveland Plain Dealer reports there are currently about 771 high schools in the state with a girls basketball team. Tim Streed says expansion for these 7 sports has been a long time coming.
It's really the culmination of, in some cases, years of conversation and work. What a lot of people may remember is this goes back 20 years with the Division I issue. And by that, I mean that the biggest schools in Division I are a lot bigger than the smaller schools in Division I, and that discrepancy happens at some of our other divisions too. But what people will probably remember is when we addressed it in football, we went to 7 divisions in football and made Division I a smaller number of schools. That really kind of set in place, which took several years, obviously, but that process is what led to expansion again in some other sports. And so what we announced Thursday is soccer, girls volleyball, girls and boys basketball, and baseball and softball are going to also expand and use that same model where Division I and II will have a smaller number of schools, and then everyone else will be divided up evenly. So definitely a huge shift in our postseason structure. We have a lot of work to do to put everything in place starting in the fall.
I also asked Tim why the OHSAA focused on these 7 sports that will experience division expansion starting in the fall.
Those sports are all team sports that have a similar structure already, and they're the bigger team sports, and they are also competitive balance sports, which means we use additional data and more than just the base enrollment numbers. But they're all very similar in their structure. So, for example, sports like ice hockey and and field hockey and lacrosse and boys volleyball. Those are all team sports as well, but they have a smaller number of schools, so there's really not a reason to expand divisions. Ice hockey, field hockey, there's only one division for those because we don't have a whole lot of schools that play those sports. But you start talking at a sport like girls volleyball, both basketballs, obviously. You know, we have almost 800 schools in Ohio that play that sport, and they've all been playing within 4 divisions for a long time. You know, certainly we've addressed it with football. There's certainly a smaller number of schools that are in each division in football, and it was really just a matter of time.
My thanks to Tim Streed. For more information, visit ohsaa.org. I'm Eric Reeser for the Ohio News Network.
Back at New Concord, John Glenn High School, Mike Snively and Howard Twiggs. We're halftime here of the East District Division II sectional final, where John Glenn leads the Riverview Black Bears 32-17. Let's go over some scoring here first for the Dale Jennings Riverview Black Bears. They had 4 guys crack the scoring column, and they were led by junior 6-footer Laird Williamson. He had 6 points. And then, they had 5 guys crack the scoring column. Cale Summers had 2 points. Leighton Massey had 2 points. Parker Andrews had 4 points. And Hayden Walters had a 3 and 3 points. Now for the Muskies, Caleb Larrick, he had 7 points. He was 1 for 3 from the foul line. Cooper Briggs, huge game, huge first half. He had 4 3-pointers. He had 12 points. 3 of those 3-pointers came in the second quarter when the Muskies kind of took a little bit of control. Noah Winland had a basket for 2 points. Nelson Cameron hit a bonus bomb for 3 points. Will Nikolazakis had 2 points. And Braden Davis, the always fiery sophomore, comes in, has 6 points and 2 for 2 at the line. John Glenn was 3 of 5 from the line, and the Black Bears were 3 of 3 at the line. Any other telling statistics over there, Howard?
Let's go with the field goals for the Muskies. 12 of 22, nice field goal shooting, especially when you consider they shot mostly threes.
Right.
Good shooting. Riverview not so good, 6 of 16 from the field. John Glenn telling stat, Mike, 16 rebounds to 7 for Riverview. Turnovers, Riverview settled down in the second quarter. They still committed 9 to John Glenn's 7. To me, if John Glenn continues to move the basketball, look for Larrick, but kick out, look inside, kick back out, they're gonna have a nice second half shooting the basketball again with the threes.
Foul trouble, not a whole lot to speak of. Steele Bates has 2 for John Glenn, and Hayden Walters has 2 for the Black Bears. I want to thank our sponsors again tonight: Doane Ford, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, Shriver's Pharmacy, Cambridge Auto Sales, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, People's Bank, and the Battery Depot. Back to action here to start the second half. I want to thank Joel Lasigo, the man who puts it all together, and the reason you can watch this from the comfort of your own home. Black Bears possession. They trail 32-17. John Glenn comes out in the man-to-man, and we're going to get a hold. And I believe they got number 15.
Riverview double high post offense, trying to get it to one of the 2 guys there at each elbow. And unfortunately, John Glenn got caught holding.
Will Nikolazakis on the foul. That'll be Nico's second foul on the evening. Bears trail by 15. 3-point shot up. No good by Walters. Rebounded by Nikolazakis. Nikolazakis comes down the court, left to right, with the floater. In and out. Touched every part of the rim, but goes out, and that's going to be off of Caleb Larrick, Riverview basketball. So both teams with a possession. Both teams come up empty on their first possessions. More trapping here from John Glenn. And they're going to be close to the 10-second line. They do just get it across. They get it to Walters. Walters dips it in to Andrews, who misses the layup. That's going to be out of bounds to Riverview. Walter's going to inbound into Massey. Massey hands it to Williamson. Williamson shoots it up off the back of the glass. No good. Rebound comes down to Steele Bates. Steele Bates comes out of there, gets it across the court to Winland. Winland back to Bates. Bates thought about a three. Doesn't shoot it, pulls it back out. Sets it up, and John Glenn spread out 4 out, and the big guy, Larrick, in. Larrick comes out to set a ball screen, but Bates is going to have his pocket picked by Walters. Walters goes up and does a pretty good job of getting the Academy Award there for a foul.
Interesting for John Glenn. They tried something new with the offense that you described, and I think they'll probably come back to that. But, for Coach Scheck, hey, we tried it. We've got to get better on it.
Yeah, and always getting the ball to Larrick at least once a possession is a good idea. With his, not only does he have a very high shooting percentage in the paint, he's a good passer if he does get double teamed. So both shots missed there by Hayden Walters. Rebound by Bates, who kicks it to Dolan. Dolan loses traction of the basketball, but gets it to Larrick. Larrick over to Steele Bates. Steele Bates goes to his left, hits Winland on the back door, kicks it over to Dolan. Dolan's got a good look from the corner. His shot is short. Rebound by Bates. Offensive rebounds. Big tonight for the Muskies. Nikolazakis with another floater. Good. Will Nikolazakis with his 4th point on the night. 34-17. John Glenn leads. John Glenn keeps applying the pressure here, up 17.
Yeah, they need to go forward on the press offense, not backwards.
And Riverview, we mentioned, hasn't played in 11 days. 3-point shot up, air ball by Williamson. Here come the Muskies on the attack again to Nikolazakis. Another floater, no good, short. Rebound by Walters, who kicks it to Cale Summers. Summers saw a 1-on-2 situation, pulls it out. Smartly by the Bears. Walters kicks it to Massey. Massey hands it to Andrews. Andrews has a good look at the top of the key. No good. Rebound by Dolan. Dolan kicks it over to Nikolazakis. 5:16 left here in the second half, third quarter. 17-point lead for John Glenn. William in the Larrick. Larrick's double team, but then he single team, goes up and good. Caleb Larrick with his 9th point on the night.
That up and under, tough to stop for Riverview.
All of a sudden, the Muskies taking a little bit of command here. Cale Summers gets a good look. Shot's going to be short. You just wonder if those legs are starting to get a little bit tired, Howard.
Yeah, that shot wasn't where they wanted. It was an open look. This is where John Glenn is so good. They can bring in fresh bodies right now. And the guys they bring in, there's not that much drop-off from the starters.
Right.
They just are like instant energy when they sub 2 or 3 at a time.
Well, they subbed Cooper Briggs in earlier, and he had 12 in that first half. And they also subbed in Braden Davis earlier, and he had 6 in the first half. So there's 18 of your 36. There's half of them right there. So Steele Bates gets caught in the corner, over to Briggs, and it goes right between his legs. That's going to be Riverview basketball. Turnover, John Glenn.
It'll be turnover number 9 for the Muskies.
And let's not forget, Riverview has 17 points almost halfway through this third quarter. 17 points for the game. Inbounds pass. Over to Williamson. Williamson to Andrews. Andrews back to Williamson. Back to Andrews. A little 2-man game going on here for the Bears. And that's a strong move by Parker Andrews. He's got 6 on the night. Cuts it to 36-19. John Glenn gets it across. Braden Davis goes to the hole. Strong basket, good. What a strong take there by number 24,
well, that
Braden Davis.
Pardon me, Mike. That started with the press offense. Rivers decided to go full court man, try to pick him up. John Glenn went through it pretty quickly, and they get the 3-point play opportunity.
Gavin Bamer, the freshman, 6'3", the foul, has just checked in. And another free throw made by Braden Davis. He's 3 of 3 on the night. He's got 9 on the night, 39-19 John Glenn. Johnson, who's checked into the game, to Bamer, who gets 2 points for the freshman, 6'3" freshman. Cuts it to 39-21. Too much hand there, contact there by Parker Andrews. That's going to be his second foul. We have not got to the bonus in any quarter.
No, the officiating's actually been really
It's been good
tonight.
yes, it has been. They let them play, but,
but
not
they've
play
called
too
the
much.
obvious stuff.
Right. Bates inbounds it to Davis. Davis kicks it to Cooper Briggs. No good. Short on the 3. Rebound by Andrews. Here comes the trapping. Good trap there by Nelson Cameron and Cooper Briggs. And steal by Cameron. Over to Briggs, who kicks it to Davis. Davis goes up quick. May have pulled the trigger a little too quickly on that one. No good. Here come the Bears. And they're going to get Nelson Cameron for the foul on that reach. And that's what John Glenn does. You cannot dribble the ball right in front of their face. They're coming after it every time.
Yeah, Riverview dribbling into the traps quite a bit. And also, they haven't had great spacing on their ball reversal.
Correct.
In order to get back on the other side of the floor.
I've noticed
or
that
to the
too.
middle.
And that's going to be a turnover. Larrick comes up with a late steal. Here comes Steele Bates. He gets it across. Dribbles down to the corner. He tries this floater, no good. But a nice rebound there and put back by Cooper Briggs. He's got 14 on the night. 41-21, 20-point lead here at New Concord. Summers gets it across to Walters. Walters being guarded by Cameron. Back over to Summers. Summers kicks it out to Bamer. The freshman, no good. Rebound by Steele Bates. Bates gets it to the timeline, gets it across. There's going to be a reaching foul I gave that foul to the wrong player. That's going to be on Brody Johnson. His first on the night. 2:54 left here in the third quarter in New Concord. 20-point lead for the Muskies. Mike Snively, Howard Twiggs, sectional final. Winner gets the winner of Zanesville and East Liverpool. East Liverpool leads Zanesville by 10, 34-24 on our last check. Winland goes against Massey, who kicks it to Cameron. Back to Winland at the top of the key, goes to his left. Ball jump stops, kicks it over to Davis, over to Briggs. And right now, with a 20-point lead, Howard, you can take as much time as you want.
Well, without Larrick, they're really reaching for who they want to shoot it, and there it is.
And C.J. Dolan knocks down his first basket night. It's a three-pointer. And all of a sudden, it's a 23-point commanding lead.
With 2 minutes and nearly 3 minutes to go in this third quarter.
So John Glenn took a lot of time off on that possession, then hits a three. That's kind of a dagger. John Glenn stays up tempo. Williamson gets it across. And we got a late whistle. And it looks like
they're going to take a TO.
Coach Jennings, they had a layup, but he called the timeout, and they're going to give Coach Jennings the timeout.
Always happens.
So with late here in the third quarter, John Glenn leads 44-21. You're listening, or you're watching high school basketball on YRP TV.
The Battery Depot is a local battery and multi-purpose shop in Cambridge. They carry a wide selection of batteries, such as interstate, automotive, industrial, marine, and gas and electric golf cart batteries. At Battery Depot, battery testing and most battery installations are free. They carry rechargeable, household, and everyday batteries and can even rebuild power tools and battery packs. They're conveniently located on Campbell Avenue in Cambridge, or give them a call at 740-432-2000.
You're watching high school basketball on ABC Sports. For all things basketball and to view our upcoming game schedule, visit yourradioplace.com.
Back on the campus at John Glenn High School. John Glenn leads Riverview 44-21 with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the third quarter. John Glenn going small. Lyric sitting on the bench right now. John Glenn's got to be thinking district now, sectional champs possibility here. Tear down some nets. And that's a nice inbounds to Bamer, but no good. Rebound by Massey. Massey goes up strong against a smaller John Glenn lineup. No good. Davis tries to rebound it. No good. He cannot. Out of the pack comes C.J. Dolan. Massey gets spun around, and he hurt his head. They may have to check him. We may have a concussion here. Massey tries to get back into play, and there's a shot made by Winland. So Noah Winland has his 4th point on the night, 46-21. Massey still playing. Here come the Bears. Ball across to Summers. Over to Laird Williamson. Williamson guarded by C.J. Dolan. And Will Nikolazakis just a step late, going to pick up his 3rd foul. Steele Bates and Andrew Glob and Caleb Lyric all come in, check in from the scorer's table. And they just keep coming at you in waves. Howard, you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, I dare say, and I haven't seen everybody a lot, Mike, you've probably seen more than I have. They may have the most depth of any team in the area.
They possibly do. They are 9 to 10 deep. Inbounds to Bamer. Bamer over Lyric, the freshman. That's a nice shot. Gavin Bamer with his 4th point on the night takes it over top of the 6'6 senior. Bates with the left-handed pass collected by Dolan. Dolan loses it. Steal, and another steal by Glob. Glob gets it up and is going to have a wide open Dolan, but then overthrows Dolan. A lot going on there, but nothing happened really. 54.7 seconds, 46-23. John Glenn leads Riverview. And a near steal there by Dolan. They do hit the middleman, Laird Williamson, who gets it across. Williamson loses that one on his own, and that's going to be John Glenn basketball.
14 turnovers for Riverview at this point.
Cooper Briggs, the leading scorer right now, with 14, checks back in for Andrew Glob.
Riverview going to back off their press. I think they're tired.
I got tired just watching that last possession, Howard. That was up and down and up and down. Bates over to Lyric. Lyric kicks it out to C.J. Dolan. 3-pointer no good. Almost a strong rebound there by Cooper Briggs, but Hayden Walters throws an errant pass intercepted by Winland, and they're going to get Winland for the travel. And I think everybody says, okay.
12 turnovers for the Muskies.
Andrew Glob quickly checks in for Cooper Briggs, and Coach Scheck likes to do this a lot at the end of quarters, offense for defense and defense for offense, and I totally understand what he's saying and what he's trying to do. So Cale Summers will inbound it with 17.6. They get it down to Massey, who's one-on-one with Caleb Lyric. Lyric tips the shot away, rebounds it, kicks it to Winland. 9 seconds. Here come the Muskies. Winland kicks it to Caleb. Lyric goes to the hole strong, and that was a nice ball fake from the elbow, and he's going to get fouled by number 3, Parker Andrews. His 3rd. And that's going to send Lyric to the line, who's 1 for 3 on the night. He has 9 points. He averages 11. I can't tell you how many times when you see 6'6" in the program, you think people stretch it, but he's not stretching it. He's 6'6". Shot up and in and out this time. One more here with 1.2 left in the 3rd quarter. 23-point lead for the Muskies. Lyric shot up and good for the 2nd one. Riverview's got to go length of the court in 1.2. Inbounds, and we're not even going to shot off. Andrews didn't give it a heave or nothing. So at the end of the 3rd quarter here at John Glenn leads Riverview 47-23. You're watching high school basketball on YRP TV.
Cambridge Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of the Getaway Giveaway. Visit Cambridge Auto Sales for reliable vehicles for unbeatable prices. You'll find great selection, top-notch service, and amazing deals at your local Buy Here, Pay Here dealer. Come check out their selection of pre-owned vehicles today. For more information, give them a call, 740-255-5344, or visit their website at cambridge-autosales.com. Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Back here at John Glenn, sectional final. John Glenn leads Riverview 47-23. Mike Snively and Howard Twiggs.
And, you know, Mike, if you want to look at the score, 24 advantage. John Glenn 18 of 34 through 3. Riverview 9 of 29 through 3 from the field. There it is.
There it is for sure. Set play by the Muskies, who find Davis underneath the basket. He's trapped. Kicks it to Nikolazakis. Nikolazakis clears Davis through the lane. Bodies down. And this is going to be a wide open layup for C.J. Dolan. He's got 5 on the night. 26-point lead here by John Glenn.
And they're backing up a little bit, are the Muskies.
Walters dribbled right in the pressure. Finds Andrews. Tipped out of bounds there by the pesky Steele Bates.
Nice job by Coach Scheck. You know, you're up big. You don't have anything to prove anymore. Back off a little bit. Let Riverview get a little bit going and play your half-court defense.
And may take, any injuries down the line. And there's going to be a foul. That was into Parker Andrews, and they're going to get 0. Kayla Laird picks up his 3rd. That's going to send Parker Andrews to the line. Parker has scored a basket in every quarter thus far. He's going to go to the line. He's a 61% free throw shooter. First shot up. Gets the kind New Concord roll. 49-24. John Glenn. Full command here. Andrews' second shot up. No good. Rebound by Davis. Here comes the trap from the Bears. And that's a steal. And a nice steal by Cale Summers, who hands it to Parker Andrews, who has 3 points on that possession.
Riverview going to press again.
And that's going to be a foul on number 5, Hayden Walters. That's his 3rd. Both teams with 1 foul in the first 57 seconds of this 4th quarter. So the Bears in a full press. Get it in to Steele Bates. Bates over to Nikolazakis. Over to Dolan. Dolan loses the ball, and it's going to be taken by Laird Williamson. Williamson gets it across half court. Here comes Leighton Massey down the lane. No good. Scrum for the rebound. Bears come up with it. Ball handled now by Summers. Summers over to Williamson. Over to Walters. Walters back to Summers. Over to Andrews. Andrews goes hard to his left, shoots it with his right, and he's got 5 1/4. He's got 9 for the night. Riverview cuts into this lead. But right down the floor come the Muskies, and Braden Davis cracks double figures. He's got 11 on the night. And it's 51-28. John Glenn leads. More than anything, Riverview looks a little tired. Shot and an air ball there by Parker Andrews. And that ball is going to go off of Leighton Massey. I'm sorry, that was off of the John Glenn defender that time. So it'll remain Riverview basketball. 5:48.
Riverview with a really small lineup on the floor. I've got to think there's a turnover. John Glenn's going to come down and maybe pound one into Larrick.
Cooper Briggs goes hard, kicks it out, back into Larrick. Larrick goes up, kicks it out to Steele Bates. A lot of good ball fakes here by the Muskies, but they decide let's just take some more time off of this clock. I say nursing, but they're leading by 23, and that's a nice pass into Caleb Larrick.
All night long now here in this fourth quarter with that Riverview lineup.
He has 12, Larrick on the night, 53-28, back up to a 25-point lead, and that's going to be a foul on Cooper Briggs. That's going to be number 1 on Cooper Briggs, team foul second here in the fourth quarter.
You know, I honestly think if John Glenn wanted to, they could post Larrick down low. I think he could score 10, 12 points this quarter easy.
I have to agree with you, Howard. And probably have 5-10 assists. No basket no good by Williamson. Rebound by Bates. Bates gets it across. And we're going to have a foul. Did I say intentional foul? On number 1?
I think bodies were just colliding. Like, oh my gosh, they're going to call it intentional?
I think they called it. Yeah, they sure did.
Well, we don't have the benefit of replay. However, that just looked like bodies flying around in motion.
So that's going to send Steele Bates to the line, shooting 2 by himself up there.
Tough call against Riverview.
Bates is a 75% free throw shooter. First shot is up and no good. Bates, just a sophomore, leading scorer on the team, averages just over 11 points a game. And no good there, too. So, interesting enough, Bates, the leading scorer, has 0 points tonight. But he's played a fine floor game.
Oh, absolutely.
Always does.
Absolutely. Which, again, is a testament to the depth of John Glenn.
Absolutely.
When you say, hey, your leading scorer is going to go scoreless, and, well, how would you do? Yeah, well, we're doing okay.
Yeah, we're up by 25. So, inbounds to Larrick. After the intentional foul, the Muskies retain possession. Kick over to Nelson, Cameron. Back out to Bates. And basically it's just keep away at this point. That's going to be a turnover. Leighton Massey steals the entry pass. Comes Hayden Walters. Kicks it out to a wide open Cale Summers. His shot is up and no good. And we're going to have a foul away from the ball. And it looks like they got Caleb Larrick. That's going to be his 4th. And quickly comes in Braden Davis.
What has been kind of letting them play a little bit, here all of a sudden in this fourth quarter, things are squeezing down a little bit. Officials tightening things up.
They must not have anywhere to go tonight, Howie.
When they start looking at that scoreboard with a couple minutes to go, they're going to get out of here, I guarantee you.
Inbounds to Bamer. Bamer goes up against Davis, the freshman against the sophomore. Hayden Walters over to Leighton Massey. A lot of young faces on the court tonight, and they're going to get Braden Davis just a step late trying to get to the post there. It's going to be his 3rd.
Yeah, I was thinking we may have bonus shooting here in this fourth quarter. Already 4 on the Muskies.
So that was on Braden Davis's 1st foul. Here comes 3 substitutions in for Riverview. Parker Andrews, Reed Johnson, and Laird Williamson all check in. Cale Summers inbounds it to Massey. Massey now being guarded by Winland. Rebound Bates. Bates gets it across the court, hustles down, almost carried it basketball. And I think Coach Scheck wants to call a timeout. And he's going to make it a full timeout, as we will with 3:59 left here in the fourth quarter. John Glenn leads Riverview 53-28. You are watching high school basketball on YRP TV.
Custom Vehicles of Zanesville is the local spot for all car, truck, marine, and RV accessories. From remote starts, heated seats, stereo equipment, lift kits, WeatherTech products, tonneau covers, toolboxes, strobe lights, Rhino lightings, Z-Bart rust proofing, and undercoating. If it can be found online, they can get it. Stop by their showroom today and see how they can use their expertise to enhance your vehicle. Your local real truck preferred dealer. Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, 3619 Old Falls Road, CustomVehiclesZAN.com.
back to John Glenn. John Glenn leads Riverview 53-28 in this sectional final here in the East District Division II Ohio State Tournament. Basketball tournament, that is.
Hey, by the way, we have a +1 pizza player of the game coming up.
Yes, we do.
You get a vote.
I get a vote. You get a vote.
We all get a vote. And,
might have to turn this to an online vote. But there's a couple names running through our heads right now. Cooper Briggs obviously comes in, and he's probably got a career night with 14 points. He's really give the Muskies a shot in the arm. And Caleb Larrick, always a guy you can choose, who just won last week's player of the game from +1. So Muskies inbound midway through the fourth quarter here, 53-28. Muskies going to take some time off the clock, keep the ball away from the Riverview Black Bears. Winner to play the winner of Zanesville and East Liverpool. There's a turnover. Leighton Massey comes up with a steal for the Black Bears, and he throws it right back to Davis. Davis says thank you very much, and he hands the ball back off to Noah Winland. Down to 3:22 left. Steele Bates held scoreless so far in this game. Cooper Briggs, who's had a big night, hands it off to Winland. And that's a nice backdoor cut to C.J. Dolan. C.J. Dolan has 7 on the night, 55-28. John Glenn leads Riverview. And that ball was kicked, and it was kicked by Parker Andrews out of bounds. So John Glenn basketball. Andrew Glob and DeAndre Fowler check in for Riverview. Fowler, a 5'11 senior, getting some time here. Crowd cheers for Timo Borstay, the German exchange student. Coach wanting Coach Scheck to get him some action in here tonight. 55-28, 2:46 left here. It's going to be Riverview ball. Last we checked, East Liverpool led Zanesville by 10. Try and get another update on that one. And there, Andrew Glob, steal, goes up, no basket. Braden Davis wisely gets the rebound and kicks it back out. Going to run some more clock. Cooper Briggs over to DeAndre Fowler. I still have a 10-point lead for Zanesville, or I'm sorry, for East Liverpool over Zanesville right now. But this score hasn't been updated in a while. And that's Winland's going to drive and be fouled. Let's see who the officials call it on. They're going to call it on Leighton Massey, his second. And Noah Deaver will check into the game, as will Hayden Genzer for the Muskies.
Riverview's going to empty their bench also.
And number 4 checks in, Brogan Shrimplin. 22, Reed Johnson. 23, Brody Johnson. There's a chance they could be twins. But Reed and Brody Johnson, both of them sophomores as well. Then I could be totally off. They might not be any relation whatsoever.
Or they could be twins, and one of them just didn't do quite as well, or not twins. The other one didn't do quite as well and was held back.
And that's a steal and a missed layup by Reed Johnson, rebounded by Genzer. Also checking in is Lucas Blair, the 6'5 junior. Andrew Glob finds a wide open DeAndre Fowler, who lays it in for 2. DeAndre Fowler, who averages 0.9 points a game, just got 2 points to double his average. 1:25 left here. Hayden Walters shoots a 3, air ball, no good. Rebounded by Shrimplin. And Glob gets it across half court, hands it to DeAndre Fowler. There's going to be a reaching foul. And we're going to get number 4, Brogan Shrimplin. And entering the game Number 24, Timo Borste, the 6-foot senior. Want to get some action in the last minute and 12 here. 57-28, a 29-point lead for the John Glenn Muskies. So it's just a matter of us finding out who wins the East Liverpool-Zanesville game.
Yep, Wednesday night, we don't know where yet.
And if it's at Zanesville, it's going to be very close.
Yeah.
But if it's East Liverpool, it's going to be on the road, halfway between here, almost an hour trip for both teams at least. Fowler. Borste's going to get a shot. Oh, off the glass. No good. Nice rebound there by Hayden Genzer. He's going to get a shot to go to the foul line. And that foul is on number 40, Tegan Archer. That's his first. And they're going to say, was this shooting, Howard, or not?
I think it's on the floor. But I think that's the 15th foul.
That's true. So we're going to be shooting regardless. Timo's got to tuck his shirt in. I wonder if Timo's speaking German or English to
I think the official. Was speaking gesture. So tuck it in, dude.
Borste gets that shirt tucked in. Hayden Genzer gets to the line. Possibly his first two free throws in varsity action. First shot up and no good. 32, Landon Cochran checks in for Riverview, as does Alejandro De La Torre checks in for the Black Bears. Genzer shoots it up, no good. Rebound by De La Torre. Here come the Black Bears with under 50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Nice left-handed move there, and that was Taylor. I don't have a roster on this guy. Oh, there it is, Cameron Fitch. He had 2. 2 points for Cameron Fitch. There's a turnover by John Glenn. Here come the Black Bears with under 20 seconds. De La Torre, I'm sorry, that was Archer's shot was up and no good, and we have a jump ball. We have one more substitution for Riverview, and that's going to be Carson Hoke. Carson Hoke checks in for the Bears. And essentially all John Glenn has to do is get the ball inbounds. I'm sorry, it's going to be Riverview basketball. So Hoke inbounds it for Riverview. And it's going to be a turnover to Fowler. Fowler gets it across the court, 10 seconds. Let's see if they decide to dribble it out. Noah Deaver stands with the ball. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and that's going to end it. So final score here from John Glenn. The John Glenn Muskies totally dominated and wore down this Riverview Black Bear team 57-30 in this sectional final contest here at the Fish Tank in New Concord. We're going to go ahead, Howard and I are going to write down some statistics here, do some final scoring, some final stats, and we'll be back here in a few minutes. You are watching high school basketball on YRP TV.
I can't believe the house is ours.
Finally, freedom.
Today's the day, my own business.
These are the moments you'll remember forever, when a bank becomes more than a checking account or loan. At People's Bank, our core difference is providing you peace of mind and confidence in your financial life. By asking the right questions and working with you, we earn your business. Together, we're building financial success one special moment at a time. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm not buying till I check on vote.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
You're watching high school basketball on ABC Sports. For all things basketball and to view our upcoming game schedule, visit yourradioplace.com.
Back to John Glenn High School. Mike Snively and Howard Twiggs. We just wrapped up the sectional final contest between the John Glenn Muskies and the Riverview Black Bears. The John Glenn Muskies are the sectional champions. They win a convincing 57-30 victory over this Riverview Black Bear team. John Glenn will now advance to play in district play on Wednesday at 7 o'clock at a site to be determined tomorrow. And we were thinking, Howard, probably, let's say Zanesville was our last, when we were watching, looking through our score stream, Zanesville was up by 10, or not Zanesville, East Liverpool was up by 10. So, if John Glenn has to play East Liverpool, you're looking anywhere from Dover to New Philly to Caddis, Harrison Central High School, Claymont, or Janaden Hutton. But we do not know who is going to host and who wants to host, so we don't know. We will hear more about that from the East District Board tomorrow, but John Glenn, nonetheless, will be playing Wednesday night at 7 o'clock somewhere, and I'm sure we will be broadcasting the game as well. So, final scoring here for both teams. Let's start with Riverview first. Riverview was led by Parker Andrews. He had 11 points. He was 1 for 2 from the line. Laird Williamson, he had 6 points. He was 1 for 1 from the line. Hayden Walters had a 3-point basket, and that was it, 0 for 2 from the line, 3 points. Leighton Massey, he had 2 points, and he was just 2 for 2 from the line, no baskets. Cale Summers had 1 basket for 2 points. Gavin Bamer had two baskets for 4 points, and Cameron Fitch had a basket for 2 points. Leading John Glenn tonight, and he will be our +1 player of the game. So this will go to Cooper Briggs. Cooper Briggs, just a sophomore, came in and had 14 points. He had 12 points in the first half on 4 3-point baskets. And when this game was a little bit close, Cooper Briggs decided he was going to take it into his own hands and hit huge baskets and kind of extend that John Glenn lead to where they had a pretty good lead going into half. So congratulations, Cooper Briggs, 14 points. He's going to be our +1 player of the game. He's going to receive 1 medium, 1 topping pizza for free, compliments of +1 pizza. Caleb Larrick had 12 points. C.J. Dolan had 7 points. DeAndre Fowler had 2 points. Noah Winland, 4 points. Nelson Cameron, 3 points. Will Nick Lazakis had 4 points. Braden Davis had 11 points. He was 3 of 3 from the line. And Steele Bates, believe it or not, the leading scorer, did not score in the game. No baskets. It was 0 for 2 from the line.
He might be the only guy on the team who didn't score.
Yeah, and Hayden Genzer was 0 for 2 from the line with 0 points. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys scored for John Glenn, and the leading scorer is not one, and they still win by 27 points. So what a great defensive output, holding Riverview to 30 points by John Glenn. Howard, what are the other stats looking like?
Looks good for John Glenn, Mike. From the field, the Muskies 23 of 43, Riverview just 12 of 39. Rebounding, Muskies huge edge on the boards, 33 to 18. Turnovers, Riverview got a little better after the first quarter. They ended up with 19. John Glenn, uncharacteristically 16 turnovers, but at times they were a little wild, a little little frenetic, and here and there. But certainly it didn't cost them in this game. So all the numbers favor the Muskies.
So it was a pretty good output there by John Glenn's defense. And as we stated earlier in the contest, to me it just looked like John Glenn just kept throwing 3-4 guys at you at a time and just wearing down the Riverview Black Bears. And you could really certainly tell Riverview, who hadn't played in 11 games, just started being lackadaisical with the ball, and even their shots, shooting many air balls and just not making a lot of threes, even with their feet set, just because John Glenn had them running all over the place. So a fantastic job by Coach Eric Scheck's Muskies. They win the Section 2, which it's with Division 2, but there's two districts.
Two sectionals.
Two sectionals that they will both the East will send 2 teams to Athens this year.
Right.
So last year they sent 2. They sent Tri-Valley and Maysville. Actually, and New Lexington was in the Southeast last year, Southeast District. They sent 3 last year. But there's a possibility. This looks a lot similar to last year, where John Glenn had to go play New Philly in the district up at Coshocton last year, won that game, got to the district finals, and then lost to Tri-Valley at Zanesville.
And lurking in the John Glenn sectional district is Tri-Valley.
Yes.
So, and one of those 2 teams from the MVL could show up in Athens against Maysville, another MVL team in the upper bracket. So we'll see.
So John Glenn cutting down the nets here, sectional title, everybody taking a piece of the net. As we said earlier, John Glenn will find out who and where they play tomorrow. We're going to know who they play shortly. We probably already know. I just can't get a final score on Zanesville and East Liverpool. But at one point it was looking like it's going to be East Liverpool. So that's a wrap here from New Concord at the Fish Tank. John Glenn puts on a great performance, and Coach Eric Scheck earns another sectional title here for the Maroon and White. For Howard Twiggs, I'm Mike Snively. Final score from John Glenn 57, Riverview 30. Everyone have a good night and be safe out there.